Football Club. Scotland's biggest club has now fallen into administration under its new owner. But under its previous owner, this programme can reveal allegations of secret payments going back over many years. A former director of the club has told Channel 4 News such payments were standard practice. But as our chief correspondent Alex Thomson reports, it's not just Rangers in the dock, it's Scottish football governance.
Slowly, key people are breaking ranks from the apparent Glasgow wall of silence, revealing a cosy, too unquestioning football culture. Things unthinkable in other walks of life were routine in Scottish football. And nowhere more than Rangers, where in recent years income tax, national insurance and VAT seem to have been considered a lifestyle choice, not the law. The loyal club routinely at odds with Her Majesty's Inspector of Tax. Now in administration, Rangers' problems go back over many years with as yet unproven allegations of undeclared payments to players. In his first TV interview, a former director up until 2000 and now in ill health, Hugh Adam says the game has been bent for too long.
And football's not exactly a pure game, is it? But it never was.
The unproven allegation is that under Sir David Murray's ownership of Rangers, players were paid in part by a tax avoidance fund, and this was not properly declared to the Scottish FA and Premier League. Sir David Murray denies this. If true, every match featuring such a player might be forfeit. A lot of silverware could be leaving Ibrox. And Hugh Adam insists this happened routinely.
Do you think that Rangers told the SFA and the SPL about all the payments for every player?
No, I'm quite sure they didn't. But I would blame them.
You're sure they didn't?
No, I'm sure they didn't. And the SFA are not pure in this respect. Well, it's something commonplace in football. That anyway, they don't tell the ruling bodies everything. The ruling bodies are not really all that ruling when you get down to it.
But if it is proven, isn't it cheating?
Well, it is. It is, but in football it's a standard practice.
But cheating's very serious.
Aye, it's not. It's not serious cheating because it wasn't putting anything in their pocket.
If proven, it is serious. Results, reputations are on the line here. Hugh Adams' view that the football governing bodies were actually incapable of governing football is widely shared. Many people say, how could it be that the Scottish Football Association didn't ask any serious questions when the club was sold for £1 to Craig White? Well, tonight, for the first time, the SFA are answering that. There's undeniably a new openness about the SFA these days. We asked them how it was that Craig White came to be appointed, a man with a dubious business record.
Did the SFA conduct any due diligence on this individual?
No, we asked for a self-declaration from the directors of the club and the individual himself.
A new man comes in claiming all kinds of things, just like the previous man, and the SFA didn't check or do any due diligence whatsoever.
But that's part of the process of governing football.
That's not governing football. That's the exact opposite of governing football. Well, that's running away from governing football.
No, if you let me finish my answer, what the point I'm about to make is that we govern the entire game from the top of the game down to grassroots. I'm sure if we were to spend football's well-earned money on doing investigations into potentially every change of director, then there'd be a lot of unhappy chairmen out there.
You could have looked on Google for free.
Well, we rely on the club telling us that the articles have been complied with.
Thus, Rangers, already in debt, was sold to Craig White, a man with a notorious history of business failure. No questions asked.
The governing body of any organisation has to do a fit and proper means test on anybody that's coming into their game.
They didn't do it. They told me that today.
Well,
Chief Executive said today we didn't do any due diligence. So what are they actually doing for the game of football here in Scotland?
What was the SFA doing? What was Scottish journalism doing? What was the Scottish public doing and not finding out a bit more about this man? This man has brought not only Rangers into disrepute, he's brought Scottish football into disrepute. And the SFA are the guardians of the Scottish football and they should have done more.
Because they would have recognised that we should have paid their debt.
No wonder that at a Radio 5 forum for Rangers fans last night, the man brought in to clean up Scottish football says there's still a long way to go in terms of financial management.
This is a big wake-up call to all of the clubs in Scotland, and I just sincerely hope that the SPL, the SFA, and just generally the mood is meaning, well, we need serious financial regulation in our game. We haven't got it yet, but I'm sure we will get it now.
And proof of that today. It emerged that last week the SFA wrote to all clubs begging them just to follow its own rules on proper payment of players. They say some may not have done so. What's going on when the governing body, even after the Rangers implosion, has to appeal to its clubs just to follow the rules? Alex Thomson, Channel 4 News, Glasgow.
Well, we did ask Rangers for a response to allegations about undeclared payments. Tonight they told us that our questions should be addressed to the previous owner, David Murray. The current chairman, Craig White, was unavailable for comment. And Alex Thomson has been blogging on the plight of Glasgow Rangers, so to read more of what he's learned, you can visit our website, channel4.com/news.
So to the market.